Most Western homes are full of frustrations nobody ever fixed. Japan treats those same frustrations as problems worth solving. A clay pot that keeps food hot long after the stove is off. An electric neck and shoulder massager that replicates the pressure and kneading of a professional shiatsu session without the appointment or the cost. And a toaster that injects steam into bread before it crisps, producing results no standard toaster comes close to. None of these are luxury items or specialist finds. They're everyday Japanese home solutions that work so well, you'll immediately wonder why you didn't have one sooner. Today, we're counting down 25 Japanese home ideas that instantly fix daily life. Watch until the end because number 25, the tabletop electric grill, turns an ordinary evening at home into a restaurant-level dining experience. Number 1. Japanese Donabe clay pots. Most cooking pots are made from metal. Metal heats quickly but cools just as fast, which means food left sitting at the table starts losing temperature almost immediately after the stove goes off. Japanese Donabe clay pots work differently. The thick clay walls absorb heat slowly and hold it for significantly longer, keeping food warm throughout the meal without a heat source underneath. You bring the pot to the table and it stays warm while everyone eats at their own pace. The porous clay also enhances the flavor of soups, stews, and rice dishes, cooked inside it over time in a way that metal cookware simply doesn't. Donabe have been central to Japanese cooking for centuries and remain a standard kitchen item today, used for everything from morning rice to evening hot pots. They fix the specific problem of food going cold before everyone finishes, a small daily problem that happens at almost every shared meal and that a clay pot solves without any additional effort on anyone's part. Number 2. Shiatsu neck and shoulder massagers. Neck and shoulder tension is one of the most common daily physical complaints in the modern world. Hours at a desk, looking at a phone, commuting with a bag on one shoulder. It builds through the day and most people manage it by ignoring it until it becomes a persistent ache. Japan treats it as a problem with a home solution. Electric shiatsu massagers from brands including Panasonic and Atex use rotating nodes that replicate the specific kneading and pressure of professional shiatsu massage. You put it on, position it at your neck or shoulders, and it works through the tension the way hands would. No appointment, no leaving the house, no cost per session. These are standard home appliances in Japan used as a daily routine tool rather than an occasional luxury. The tension most people carry through the working week without addressing it gets dealt with before dinner. That is a meaningful daily quality of life improvement. Number 3. Compact garment steamers. Ironing involves significantly more preparation than the task itself warrants. You get out the board, set it up, wait for the iron to heat, work through the pile, and then put everything away again. For a single shirt, the setup and pack down takes longer than the ironing. Japan solved this with the compact handheld garment steamer. You take it out, plug it in, and pass it over the clothing while it hangs. Wrinkles release in seconds from direct steam contact. No board required, no flat surface needed. The steamer goes back in the drawer. Japanese brands including Panasonic, Twinbird, and Iris Oyama produce these as standard home appliances rather than travel accessories. They work on shirts, trousers, jackets, and dresses. They refresh clothing between washes by removing odors at the same time as wrinkles. The full ironing setup still exists for those who want it. For everything else, the steamer makes the whole process something you actually do, rather than something you keep putting off. If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever, everyday innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones are even smarter. Number 4. IH induction cooktops. Gas cooking has 3 problems most people have simply normalized. The open flame is a fire risk in a room full of paper towels, oils, and wooden utensils. The burner grates are among the most difficult surfaces in any kitchen to clean properly, and the heat level is adjusted by feel rather than set to a precise temperature. Japan's IH induction cooktops address all 3 at once. The cooking surface heats the pan directly through electromagnetic induction with no flame involved. The surface itself stays relatively cool outside the pan contact zone, making spills far easier to clean. And the temperature is set precisely in degrees rather than adjusted by rotating a knob and hoping. Induction cooking now dominates new Japanese home kitchen installations, overtaking gas in popularity. Brands including Panasonic, Mitsubishi, and Hitachi produce both built-in and standalone units. 3 daily kitchen problems solved by one change to how the heat is delivered. Number 5. Vitamin C shower filters. Tap water is treated with chlorine to make it safe to drink. That process is necessary. The side effect is that the same chlorine strips natural oils from skin and hair during showering, contributing to dryness and dull hair over time. Japan has a widespread home solution. Vitamin C shower filter attachments neutralize chlorine before it reaches the body. The vitamin C reacts with it and renders it inactive at the point of delivery. These filters attach directly to standard shower heads or replace them entirely. They're widely sold at Japanese home stores and replaced periodically when the vitamin C is depleted. Water pressure and temperature are unaffected. The only change is the chlorine content. For people with chronically dry skin or hair that never quite recovers between washes, this is a fix that most of the Western world simply doesn't know exists. Japan identified a daily problem caused by something everyone accepts as unavoidable and built a simple product that addresses it at the source. Number 6. Japanese steam toasters. Most people have made peace with their toaster. It browns bread. Sometimes it burns it. The bread comes out dry regardless of the cycle length because the heating element removes moisture from the interior while crisping the exterior. Japan's Balmuda. The toaster, released in 2015, changed what a toaster is capable of. Before the heating cycle begins, a small amount of water is poured into a tray at the base. Steam fills the chamber and surrounds the bread first, locking in the interior moisture. The dry heating element then crisps the outside. The result is toast with a crust that shatters slightly and an interior that stays soft, producing the specific texture of a good bakery rather than a kitchen appliance. Other Japanese toaster brands have since developed similar steam injection systems. The technology is now established rather than novel in Japan. It fixes the specific problem of toast that is simultaneously too dry and not crispy enough, which turns out to be a problem worth solving. Number 7. Modular wall storage systems. The average kitchen counter accumulates things: coffee machine, kettle, chopping board, fruit bowl, knife block, cookbook, mail, keys. Over time, the counter does less work because there's less counter left to work with. Japan's home organization industry treats walls as the answer. Yamazaki Home's Tower series and similar Japanese modular storage brands produce slim steel frame systems with interchangeable hooks, shelves, rails, and holders that mount to walls, attach to cabinet doors, and sit on counter edges. Each item gets a specific place that keeps it accessible and off the surface below. Spice racks above the cooktop, cleaning product holders under the sink, paper towel rails on the cabinet door. These systems are enormously popular in Japan and require no drilling in most configurations. The counter problem doesn't need a bigger kitchen. It needs items removed from the counter and given somewhere specific to live. Japan built a modular system for exactly that purpose, made it affordable, and made it look clean in the process. Number 8. Compact bread makers. Supermarket bread is convenient. It's also noticeably different from bakery bread in texture and flavor, and bakery bread costs significantly more on a daily basis. Most people settle for the supermarket option without considering whether there's a third choice. Panasonic's SD series home bread makers, enormously popular in Japan, offer that third choice at almost no active effort. You load flour, water, yeast, and whatever additions you want into the machine before bed. You set the timer. You wake up to a freshly baked loaf that the machine mixed, proofed, and baked overnight while you slept. The machine handles every stage of bread making automatically. You're not baking. You're loading a machine and pressing a button. Fresh bread every morning with bakery-level texture and ingredient control, at a cost well below what a daily bakery habit would run to. Japan has been doing this long enough that home bread makers are standard kitchen appliances rather than novelty gadgets. The Western world is catching up, slowly. Number 9. Full body composition scales. A standard bathroom scale tells you one number: your total body weight. That number changes with everything from water retention to what you ate yesterday and tells you almost nothing meaningful about whether your health is actually improving or deteriorating. Japan's Tanita produces home bathroom scales that tell you considerably more. Step on them, and within seconds you have body fat percentage, muscle mass, bone density, visceral fat level, metabolic age, and overall body composition alongside total weight. These measurements change how you understand what your body is doing in response to diet and exercise. Weight alone stays the same when muscle replaces fat. Composition measurements show the actual change. Tanita scales are standard bathroom appliances in many Japanese homes, used as a routine daily health tool rather than an occasional check-in. They turn a single number guess into an 8-number picture. The information costs the same as a regular scale and takes the same 3 seconds to get. Most of the world is still using the 1-number version and wondering why it isn't telling them more. Number 10. Pans with removable handles. A frying pan has one job while it's on the stove and several more jobs after cooking is done. It needs to go in the oven for finishing. It needs to go in the fridge for storage. It needs to fit in a drawer alongside other pans. The fixed handle makes all 3 of those tasks more difficult or impossible. Japanese cookware brands including Wahei Freeze produce pans with handles that click off and on. The handle detaches in one motion when the pan leaves the heat. The pan goes directly into the oven without handle clearance issues. It goes into the fridge with a flat lid. It stacks in the drawer with other handle-free pans, without the handles creating the stacking problem that makes drawers so difficult. When you need the handle again, it clicks back on in a second. It's the same pan doing the same job with a simple mechanism that removes 3 separate daily inconveniences that everyone with a fixed handle pan just accepts as unavoidable. Number 11. Compact cordless stick vacuums. Most people vacuum once or twice a week because getting out a full-size vacuum involves enough effort that you save it for a proper cleaning session. Meanwhile, crumbs, hair, and dust accumulate daily on the floor between those sessions. Japanese lightweight cordless stick vacuums by brands including Toshiba and Hitachi are designed for a different relationship with floor cleaning. They're light enough to pick up with one hand, stored on a slim wall mount, and ready to use in seconds. A quick pass over the kitchen floor after cooking takes under a minute. The result is floors cleaned daily because the effort required is close to zero, rather than something that requires clearing the room first. They're not designed to replace a deep clean. They're designed to make daily maintenance between deep cleans so effortless that it actually happens. The floor stays clean. The vacuum stays accessible. The pile of crumbs from Tuesday never makes it to the weekend. Number 12. Home electric food steamers. Microwaves reheat food. They also dry it out, toughen proteins, and produce that specific texture that makes leftover rice feel like something that needs to be apologized for. Japanese electric food steamers by brands including Twinbird and Panasonic take a different approach. Steam penetrates food gently and evenly, raising the temperature without removing moisture. Fish cooks without drying out. Vegetables stay firm. Leftover rice reheats to the same texture it had the day before. Beyond reheating, the steamer cooks eggs, chicken, fish, and vegetables from raw without oil or monitored attention. You load it, set it, and come back when it's done. Nutrients that dissolve into boiling water stay in steamed food. Proteins that tighten in high dry heat stay tender in steam. Japanese home kitchens treat the steamer as a core appliance alongside the microwave. One handles speed, the other handles quality. Both have their job and neither replaces the other. Number 13. Melamine cleaning sponges. Every kitchen and bathroom has surfaces with marks that normal sponges don't remove. Scuffs on the wall near the light switch, lime scale on the tap, dried residue on the stovetop. That's been there long enough to bond with the surface. The options are specialist cleaning products, significant scrubbing effort, or accepting the mark as permanent. Japan's melamine cleaning sponges, sold at every 100 yen store in bulk, remove those marks using water alone. The melamine foam has a fine abrasive structure at the microscopic level that lifts surface stains, marks, and residue from hard surfaces without chemicals. Tiles, sinks, taps, stovetops, walls, and glass all clean up with minimal effort and no cleaning product required. They're inexpensive enough to be treated as single-use items rather than something you rinse and store. Use it, remove the mark, dispose of it. One cheap foam block removes the marks that every other cleaning product in the house failed to address. Number 14. Wall-mounted fold-down desks. A desk takes up floor space every hour of the day, including the 16 hours it isn't being used. In a small apartment or a bedroom that serves multiple purposes, a permanent desk means the room is permanently part home office, whether you want it to be or not. Wall-mounted fold-down desks close flat against the wall when not in use and open to a full working surface when needed. When the workday ends, the desk folds up, the wall clears, and the room functions as a bedroom or living space rather than an office. These are very popular in Japanese apartments, where floor space is limited and rooms are expected to serve more than one purpose throughout the day. The installation is permanent. The footprint when closed is a flat panel on the wall. The footprint when open is a full desk. The room works harder because the furniture gets out of the way when it isn't needed. Number 15. Ultrasonic humidifiers. Central heating dries indoor air. Sealed modern buildings hold that dry air inside rather than cycling it with outside humidity. In winter, indoor air can drop to humidity levels significantly below what the body is comfortable with, contributing to dry skin, irritated nasal passages, and a general sense of feeling less well than the temperature would suggest. Japan's ultrasonic humidifiers by brands including Dainichi and Panasonic add moisture back into the air quietly and efficiently. Ultrasonic technology vibrates water into a fine mist rather than boiling it, producing no heat, low energy consumption, and near-silent operation. They run in bedrooms without disturbing sleep. They maintain a target humidity level automatically and switch off when it's reached. Western humidifiers tend to be loud, large, or both. Japanese versions are designed for the bedside table and daily domestic life. The dry air problem in winter is real and measurable. The solution is a quiet machine on a shelf that runs overnight and makes the morning noticeably better. Number 16. Slim space-saving hangers. Most wardrobes aren't full because there are too many clothes. They're full because the hangers are too thick. Standard plastic hangers are around 12 millimeters wide at the bar. Slim velvet hangers are around 5. In a rail of 30 hangers, that difference adds up to significant space, taken up entirely by hanger bulk, rather than clothing. Slim velvet-coated hangers are sold everywhere in Japan and used almost universally in Japanese wardrobes. The velvet coating keeps clothes from sliding off despite the reduced width. The slim profile means the same rail holds twice the number of items in the same physical space. No new wardrobe required, no extension of the rail. The same physical space holds considerably more. It's one of those improvements that takes 5 minutes to implement and permanently changes how much a wardrobe can hold. The Western world mostly still uses the thick plastic hanger that came free with something years ago and wonders why the wardrobe is always completely full. Number 17. Drawer divider systems. Open the average kitchen drawer and you'll find everything has migrated to the same corner. Utensils mixed with batteries mixed with that one adapter, nobody can identify. Nothing is findable without taking everything out first. Japanese homes treat every drawer as a system. Expandable drawer dividers that fit any drawer size create specific sections for specific items. Every category has a zone. Nothing migrates because there's nowhere for it to migrate to. These dividers are sold in enormous variety at Japanese home stores and 100-yen stores, covering kitchen utensil drawers, bathroom accessory drawers, and office supply drawers. The improvement to daily life is immediate and cumulative. You open the drawer and find what you're looking for because it was always in the right place. It doesn't require a bigger kitchen or more storage. It requires deciding where things go and building a drawer that keeps them there. Japan makes that as cheap and easy as it should be. Number 18. Daily floor cleaning sheet systems. The relationship most Western homes have with floor cleaning goes like this. The floor gets dirty. It gets dirtier. At some point, it reaches a level that justifies getting out the mop. The mop comes out, the floor gets cleaned, and the cycle starts again. Japan's approach is daily maintenance rather than periodic cleaning. The Quickle Wiper system by Kao and similar Japanese products use a slim handle with a disposable sheet head. A dry sheet picks up dust, hair, and debris in seconds. A wet sheet cleans and disinfects in the same pass. The whole process takes under 2 minutes. Because the tool comes out daily rather than weekly, the floor never reaches the level where a full mopping session is necessary. The Quickle Wiper is a standard product found in virtually every Japanese home. A clean floor every morning for 2 minutes of effort. The floor stays consistently clean rather than cycling between clean and noticeably dirty on a weekly schedule. Number 19. Magnetic fridge side organizers. The side panel of most fridges is a large flat magnetic surface that does absolutely nothing. It sits beside the counter, takes up floor space, and contributes zero storage to the kitchen it occupies. Japanese home brands, including Yamazaki Home, make magnetic containers, hooks, rails, and shelves that attach directly to the side of the refrigerator. Cling film, foil, and baking paper rolls mount vertically. A small spice shelf attaches at eye height. Cleaning cloth hooks go near the bottom. The floor footprint of the fridge doesn't change. The side panel goes from completely unused to genuinely functional without any modification to the kitchen. It takes 20 minutes to set up and permanently adds usable storage without requiring any additional space or installation. The fridge side has always been there. Japan just noticed it was being wasted and built products specifically designed to use it. Number 20. Electric shoe deodorizers. Shoes develop odor because moisture from the foot doesn't fully dry between wears. The interior of a shoe is warm, dark, and slightly damp, which is exactly the environment bacteria need to produce the smell most people try to manage with sprays, cedar inserts, or leaving shoes near an open window. Japanese electric shoe deodorizers address the cause rather than the symptom. A small electric unit inserts into the shoe and circulates warm air through the interior, drying the moisture that bacteria need to survive. Some models also use UV light or ozone to further reduce bacterial activity. They're stored near the entrance in most Japanese homes that use them, inserted after each wear and left running until the next use. Brands including Panlux and Iris Oyama make widely available models at standard appliance price points. The spray masks the smell for a day. The deodorizer removes the conditions that produce it. One is a temporary fix. The other solves the problem permanently. Number 21. Individual switch power strips. Appliances left on standby draw power continuously. A television, a game console, a phone charger, a printer. Each draws a small but constant current when not in active use. The only way to stop them is to unplug them, which nobody does because unplugging and replugging every single time is more inconvenient than the energy cost seems to justify. Japanese power strips solve this with an individual on-off switch for every outlet. Each plugged-in device can be cut from power independently without touching the plug. The television switch goes off when you stop watching. The charger switch goes off when the phone is full. Nothing draws current through the night unless it was specifically left on. These are standard home products in Japan, bought routinely when setting up any room. The standby power of an average home adds up to a meaningful portion of the electricity bill over a year. Individual switches cost almost nothing to implement and reduce it to close to zero. Number 22. Compact portable washing machines. Running a full-size washing machine for one or two items is something most people do out of necessity. There's no practical alternative when something needs to be cleaned before the next laundry day. The machine runs, water and energy are consumed at roughly the same rate as a full load, and two items come out. Japan has a different option for this specific situation. Countertop washing machines compact enough to sit beside a standard sink, connecting to the tap and draining into it, are popular in Japanese single-occupancy apartments. They handle small quantities of laundry quickly and at a fraction of the water and energy consumption of a full-size machine. A gym kit, a work shirt, a few items that need cleaning between full sessions can be run through the compact machine in 20 minutes. It doesn't replace the full machine. It fills the gap between full loads that the full machine was never designed to fill efficiently. Number 23. Window insulation film. Windows are the weakest point in almost every home's insulation. Glass conducts heat far more readily than an insulated wall, meaning a significant portion of the warmth from heating systems escapes through the windows, and in summer, solar heat enters through the same glass. The conventional solution is double-pane replacement windows, which are effective but expensive and require professional installation. Japan popularized a different approach. Insulation film is a thin, transparent sheet that applies directly to existing glass using static adhesion or a water-based adhesive, creating a sealed air gap that improves thermal performance without replacing the glass. It's sold in roll form at home improvement stores throughout Japan and applied with water and a squeegee in under an hour. It's removable and repositionable. For older homes with single-pane windows, the improvement to winter comfort and heating efficiency is immediate and noticeable, for roughly the cost of a tank of petrol. Number 24. Labeled mesh laundry bags. Most people who own a mesh laundry bag own one. It gets used for the most delicate items and everything else goes in loose. The result is a machine cycle where robust items tumble against delicates, knitwear stretches, shirts lose buttons, and smaller items tangle in larger ones. Japanese households treat mesh bags as a full laundry system rather than a single protective measure. Multiple bags in specific sizes are labeled or color-coded by garment category. Delicates, knitwear, shirts, socks, and underwear each have a dedicated bag they go into before every wash. Everything comes out in the same condition it went in because nothing was exposed to the full tumbling force of the drum directly. Post-wash sorting is also faster because each bag is already a category rather than a mixed pile to separate. The bags are inexpensive and last for years. The clothing they protect lasts considerably longer as a direct result. Number 25. Tabletop electric grills. Grilling at home in most Western countries means a specific set of constraints. You need outdoor space, you need to set something up, heat it, cook on it, and clean it. It's a production most people reserve for weekends and good weather. Japan removed every one of those constraints. Compact electric grills designed for the dining table are standard home appliances used for yakiniku, grilled fish, and vegetables throughout the week. The grill sits in the center of the table, everyone cooks their own food as they eat, and the meal becomes an interactive experience rather than one person cooking while everyone else waits. Brands including Zojirushi and Iwatani make widely sold indoor models designed for table use with minimal smoke output. No outdoor space required, no weather dependency, no production. You put the grill on the table, lay out the ingredients, and the meal is the experience. That is what most Western kitchens are missing, and it's available any evening of the week. If you want to see more amazing things Japan is doing better than the rest of the world, then like and subscribe. And make sure to watch the video on your end screen. It's packed with even more amazing things in Japan.